Hello there, like and subscribe. Only a few subscribers away from 500, and I'd like to get to 1,000 if possible, so I can finally make a living on this thing. Thanks very much. So, what are we talking about today? Well, something interesting happened today. Actually, a lot of interesting things happened today, but we're going to talk about Twitter in particularly because this woman just appeared on my Twitter stream. I can only imagine that Elon Musk must have, followed her, and then I think all of his followings, everybody who he follows, uh, gets up front on all the Twitter streams now because I rarely get any of the people I actually follow anymore. I just get whoever Elon Musk follows. So there's this woman who thinks she's funny, but she's not funny. She just says Tucker Carlson talking points, the same old rhetoric every other white winger does. So let's have a listen to this video for the crack.
Have these women that are so vehemently agitated when you talk about anything traditional, doing the dishes. God forbid you do the well, honey, you like a dirty house? Nasty.
Okay, so I think doing the dishes isn't that hard, and some people have a thing called a dishwasher. Yeah, and cleaning the house was a €50. If €50 for a cleaner to clean the house for like 3 hours. Okay, when you have a full-time job, or even two or three jobs, sometimes it's hard to clean the house, but okay.
Anyway, do the dishes. Oh my God. What am I, a housekeeper? But in the same breath, you've got women who are so unhappy. So they're embracing all of feminism. They're embracing promotions at Google. They're embracing, I don't need a man, or my engagement is secondary to my job. They're embracing, I'm never going to take care of the home, and I may never want to be a mom, and I may not even need a man. They're embracing all that. And in the same breath, you know what they're doing? They're crying themselves to sleep at night, usually with a big old bottle of Chelsea Handler wine.
Yeah, they're just crying themselves at night at all that disposable income they have, where they can go on any vacation they want, anytime they want, and do whatever they want, whenever they want, and don't have to listen to screaming babies all night or all of that, any of that stuff, But the other thing is too, it's just like, lady, you're making a podcast on the internet. If it wasn't for women's rights, if it wasn't for women fighting for people, for women to have the right to do whatever they want to do, you wouldn't be on this thing making a podcast. You wouldn't be. Your husband wouldn't let you. He wouldn't. If you really want this mythical thing like the 1950s, like everything was so great in the 1950s, like there wasn't any abuse going on at all in the 1950s. No. Like black people didn't have equal rights, or there were black and white water fountains, black and white toilets. No, none of that was really going on. No, no, no. But it's just this mythical thing that they want. Okay, so now she's trashing this video. I pre-watched these videos because I've been watching them all day. I'm laughing my ass off at them. They're so stupid and funny. This one, she's trashing transgender people, I guess.
Remember when you were born in the hospital? Oh, it's a boy. How did they know it was a boy? Did they ask the little baby, how do you identify? No, they didn't. They looked, he had a you-know-what, and they were like, oh, it's a boy. How did you tell if it was a girl? She didn't have a you-know-what. She had something else.
So, okay, I have nieces and nephew. Anyway, we didn't know whether it was going to be a boy or girl. We never knew. So what we did was we went out and bought gender neutral clothes, because that's what you do. Like, you just buy white baby clothes, or yellow or green, or you don't really buy the pink or blue stuff till later on. Actually, originally, like 100 years ago, blue was for girls and red was for boys, I think it was. And then like a fashion designer changed it or something like that. It was some stupid thing like that. But yeah, the whole thing of blue and pink, that's all like made up by like companies. But okay. So trashing transgender people, yeah, like that's the new thing. They weren't doing any of this a few years ago, even like a year or two ago. They didn't care about transgender people whatsoever, so they never really talked about them. But now they're the new boogeyman. They've lost the war on black people. They've lost the war on gay people. So now they're trashing transgender people because they're only 1% of the population. But transgender people tend to have disposable income that they can put towards, candidates that they like. Especially with Gen Z coming now,
Keep in mind what they're talking about as a World Economic Forum is not an institution that's far removed from you, who's going to just come up with ideas and suggestions. They're talking about infiltrating the cabinets of folks like Trudeau, the mini authoritarian. They're talking about getting leaders from different countries to come into their wing, essentially get either brainwashed or, agree with what they're saying and want to become little mini authoritarian stooges out that get everyone in under the umbrella policies. Okay, that's how the coercion happens. That's how all of a sudden
I'm only assuming she's talking about this. Sean Hannity did this thing. Can you believe the left wing? They want additional paid vacation time, like they had in the 1950s. They want universal healthcare, like we have in Europe, kind of. They want guaranteed green housing. What is even that? Food security? Oh my god. Bootstraps, guys. Bootstraps. How dare you? If you can't afford anything, maybe you deserve to die. Like this way. They're not Christians. How can these people call themselves Christians? It's utterly stupid. Anyway, and also, like, it came out today that, yeah, Trump knew he was doing the election. Like, trying to rig the election. And Fox News knew he was trying to rig the election and called it BS behind the scenes, but went along with it anyway because that's what their viewers expected them. Anyway. So for her to have, like, the audacity to be like, oh, they just want to set up these puppet governments.
Mandates, that's how the accords get signed.
Dude, everything's a mandate. Everything. From the rules of the road to, what water you can and can't drink, to the things you can and can't buy. It's all mandated. You silly person.
That suddenly you're like, there's a pandemic accord and you're hopping on board with all this stuff because your country leadership hopped on board with all of it because behind the scenes you didn't realize that the World Economic Forum had infiltrated that cabinet and decisions were made at the top for you. And you're like, wait, don't I live in the United States? Yeah, but that's no longer
the United States is always growing and changing the whole time. That's why it's great. It's not going to be the same thing forever. That's why it's dying out. Like, the right-wing politics is dying out. The Gen Zers are like 80% left-wing. It's crazy. But, just all this crazy rhetoric. I wish there was more I could watch. Maybe one more.
Those two guys emerge from jail and you saw that first footage of them. I was blown away. I could not believe the level of, particularly with Andrew, I will say, because the camera's kind of focused on him. Although Tristan does have that.
They're Muslim, by the way. And a couple of years ago, they would have hated this. They would have hated them being Muslim. But I don't know, maybe they're okay.
Same level of just control. They looked calm. They looked collected. They looked composed.
No, they look defeated and busted. And they look like they know they're going away for a very long time. Anyway, that's my take on this. If this video is popular, I'll make more videos about her. But right-wingers are just melting down on Twitter. And it's hilarious. I love the fact that Elon Musk made it easier for left-wingers to fact-check and troll right-wingers on Twitter. It's awesome. Like and subscribe. Favorite, I don't know. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. And it's funny. And I'll see you later. Bye-bye. It's so stupid. It's hilarious. I just don't, like, these people are crazy. It's not normal in the Western world.